What if I told you that the phone you're holding, the car you drive, and even the building you're in probably wouldn't exist without one incredible material? That material is steel, and it's literally the backbone of modern society. But have you ever stopped to wonder what steel actually is? Is it just a type of metal dug out of the ground? The answer is a lot more fascinating. Steel isn't a natural element you can find on the periodic table. It's an alloy, which is a fancy way of saying it's a metal mixture. The main ingredient, making up over 98% of it, is iron. Iron is abundant, it's strong, but it has a big weakness. It's relatively soft, and it rusts easily. To transform iron into the superstar material we know as steel, we need to add a tiny but magical ingredient: carbon. The amount of carbon added is incredibly small, usually less than 2%. But this tiny addition completely changes the game. Think of it like adding just a pinch of spice to a dish. It transforms the entire flavor. Carbon atoms squeeze into the crystal structure of the iron, locking it in place and making it much harder and stronger. This simple combination of iron and carbon is the basis for all steel, but here's where it gets really interesting. The world of steel is not a one-size-fits-all situation. By tweaking the recipe just a little bit, we can create thousands of different types of steel, each with its own unique superpowers. The most common way to categorize them is into four main families: carbon steel, alloy steel, stainless steel, and tool steel. Let's start with the workhorse of the group, carbon steel. This is the most common type, making up about 90% of all steel production. As the name suggests, its properties are mainly defined by the amount of carbon it contains. We can split it into three subcategories. First, we have low carbon steel, sometimes called mild steel. It has a very low carbon content, typically less than 0.3%. This makes it relatively soft, ductile, meaning it can be easily bent and shaped without breaking and easy to weld. It's also the cheapest to produce. Because of these properties, you'll find it everywhere. Car body panels, pipes, building materials, and everyday items like nuts and bolts are all made from mild steel. Its main drawback? It rusts easily, so it often needs a protective coating like paint or galvanization. Next up is medium carbon steel. With a carbon content between 0.3% and 0.6%, this type strikes a great balance. It's stronger and harder than mild steel, but it's a bit less ductile. You can also make it even tougher through a process called heat treatment. This balance of properties makes it perfect for things that need to withstand more stress, like gears, axles, railway tracks, and structural components in bridges and machinery. Finally, we have high carbon steel. You guessed it, this one has the most carbon, typically above 0.6%. This is the strongest and hardest of the carbon steels. It can hold a super sharp edge, but there's a trade-off. All that hardness makes it more brittle, so it's more likely to crack under a sharp impact rather than bend. This makes it ideal for applications where hardness and wear resistance are key, like cutting tools, high-strength wires, and springs. So carbon steel is fantastic, but what if you need something more? What if you need your steel to withstand extreme temperatures, incredible pressures, or be exceptionally lightweight yet strong? That's where our next family comes in, alloy steel. Alloy steels are like custom-designed steels. We start with the basic iron and carbon recipe, and then we add other elements called alloying agents to give it special properties. Think of it like a superhero team. Each element brings a unique power to the group. Common alloying elements include manganese, nickel, chromium, molybdenum, and vanadium. For example, adding manganese increases surface hardness and resistance to wear. Nickel boosts toughness and strength, especially at low temperatures. Adding chromium is a big one. It significantly improves hardness, toughness, and most importantly, corrosion resistance. Molybdenum helps the steel maintain its strength at high temperatures. By combining these elements in different proportions, we can create steels for very specific, demanding jobs. The landing gear on an airplane needs to be incredibly strong, but also lightweight. That is a job for a high-strength alloy steel. The massive drills used in mining and oil exploration need to be ultra-hard and resistant to abrasion. Another perfect application for a specialized alloy steel. From engine components to power plant turbines, alloy steels are the high-performance athletes of the steel world. Now let's talk about the shiny one. The one everyone recognizes. Stainless steel. When you hear stainless, you probably think of your kitchen sink or cutlery, and you're right, but what makes it stainless? The secret ingredient here is chromium, and lots of it, at least 10.5% by weight. When chromium is added to steel in this amount, it reacts with oxygen in the air to form a very thin, invisible, and incredibly tough protective layer on the surface. This layer is passive, meaning it doesn't react with its environment, and it's self-healing. If you scratch your stainless steel fork, the protective chromium oxide layer instantly reforms, preventing rust from ever getting a foothold. This corrosion resistance is its claim to fame. It's why we use it for surgical instruments, food processing equipment, and chemical tanks. It's hygienic, easy to clean, and doesn't affect the taste of food. But stainless steel isn't just one thing. There are many different grades. Some are designed to be extra resistant to salt water, making them perfect for boats and offshore oil rigs. Others are formulated to handle extremely high temperatures, used in jet engines and industrial furnaces. It's a versatile and beautiful material that combines strength with longevity. Finally, we arrive at the fourth major family, tool steel. As the name implies, these steels are used to make tools that cut, press, form, and shape other materials, including other steels. To do that, they need to be exceptionally hard, resistant to abrasion, and able to hold their shape even at high temperatures generated during cutting and machining. Tool steels are complex alloy steels containing high amounts of carbon and other elements like tungsten, molybdenum, and vanadium. These elements form extremely hard particles within the steel called carbides. It's these carbides that give tool steels their incredible cutting ability and wear resistance. Imagine the die used to stamp out car doors. It has to press into sheet metal thousands of times a day without wearing out or losing its shape. That's a job for tool steel. The drill bits that cut through solid metal, the molds used for plastic injection, and the knives that shear thick steel plates are all made from different types of tool steel. They are the unsung heroes that enable all other manufacturing. So to recap, we have our four main families. Carbon steel, the everyday workhorse. Alloy steel, the high-performance specialist. Stainless steel, the corrosion-resistant champion. And tool steel, the master of shaping and cutting. From a simple mix of iron and carbon, we've engineered a vast universe of materials that have built our modern world. Every time you see a skyscraper, cross a bridge, or use a simple kitchen knife, you're looking at a piece of this incredible journey of material science. It's a testament to human ingenuity, taking a basic element like iron and, with a little bit of chemistry, transforming it into thousands of different materials, each perfectly suited for its task. The story of steel is really the story of us. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the materials that shape our world. See you in the next video.